This is a special presentation of Manny Pacquiao's Blow by Blow. Any other use of materials, photos, and accounts without MP Promotions' consent is strictly prohibited. Previously, Manny Pacquiao presents Blow by Blow.
Some highlights of this fight. By the way, nagprotesta po yung kampo ni Gaballo saying that it was a premature stoppage and they were not in agreement with the recommendation of the ringside physician to stop the fight. So it is only the referee who has the authority to stop the contest. Ito po nangyari sa laban, some highlights in round number 2, tapos ngayon naman po sa round number 3, nakabugbugan silang dalawa. The recommendation of the ringside physician to stop the contest at the end of round number 3. And Kevin Sumalinov, the winner by a technical knockout and automatic technical draw. Ating boxing rules. So 2:54 of the 4th round. Hindi po natapos yung 4 rounds. So that's why it is a technical draw. Kung po natapos yung 4 rounds, it will go to the scorecards because kalagitnaan yon ng 8 rounds. Ang ganda ng laban. Santissima a la Pormina, neither fighter taking a step back, that ended in a technical draw. Power puncher ito si Hernanda. We're gonna see a lot more from Hernanda in the future. Certainly a lot of promising fighters being unveiled sa blow by blow. Highlights of the fight just ended in the first round. Agresibo si Taneo. Despite being the shorter fighter, he was taking the fight to Hernanda, pero Hernanda was too strong. Ang lakas ni Hernanda, that was the shot. That was the shot yes, that was it. 2 right hands and Hernanda didn't know where he was. What a spectacular finish to a spectacular episode ng blow by blow. Hernanda winning in sensational fashion. TKO in the 3rd round over Taneo. Ako ay Pilipinas. Welcome mga kaboxing sa paborito Bakbakan show. Manny Pacquiao presents Blow by Blow in partnership with Cignal One.
Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Pacquiao presents Blow by Blow here at Cignal One Arena in Lawwood, Pasig City, Iloilo. Partnership with Cignal One. The word is Cignal One.
And it stops the fight. Stopping the fight. That's the second time he's gone down. Down and out. This fight is for the kings and the business for you. Being queen champion. Oh! Another fork to stay in the back. Oh! That's a big shot. Pereira's out. He's out. Referee has stopped it. What a shot coming from Hernanda. Mabuhay Pilipinas at welcome mga kaboxing sa inyong paboritong Bakbakan show. Manny Pacquiao presents Blow by Blow in partnership with San Miguel Beer. Ito po ang inyong lingkod, Kinito Henson Dadin. At ngayon, narito po tayo sa City of Pasig Arena o Copa, Iloilo City. Patuloy ang paglalakbay ng blow by blow sa ating bansa at balang araw, dadalaw kami sa inyong lugar upang mapanood ninyo live ang promising at mga up-and-coming boxers na ang pangarap ay sundan mga yapak ng ating 8th Division World Champion Manny Pacquiao.
Diskarte lang at saka hard training lang. Ginagamit ko lang yun sa lahat ng tinuturo ng coach ko.
Yung style ko ngayon parang dinagdagan ko pa. Focus ko talaga sa kalaban ko. Sipag lang sa ensayo. Gusto kong maging world champion.
Mabuhay Pilipinas at welcome mga kaboxing sa inyong paboritong Bakbakan Show. Manny Pacquiao presents Blow by Blow in partnership with San Miguel Beer. At nandito po tayo sa City of Pasig, Iloilo. Naku! Ang saya naman ng mga taga Iloilo, mga taga Pasig at mas masaya yung mga kasama natin sa loob ng City of Pasig Arena or Copa. Mga kaboxing, mga kabarangay, mga kababayan. Nako, sama-sama po tayo dito sa magandang mapapanood po natin na action. Only on Manny Pacquiao presents Blow by Blow in partnership with San Miguel Beer. Kasama po natin City Mayor Attorney Steven Palmares, former North Cotabato Governor and former Department of Agriculture Secretary Manny Piñol. Yung mga kasama natin, all waving and saying hello. And subscribe and follow us sa ating social media platforms, sa Facebook, sa Instagram, sa YouTube, Blow by Blow MP. At kasasabi po lang natin that we are a nationwide show. Ang ating rules, no 3 knockdown rule in effect. Only the referee can stop the fight and the fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Now, ang susunod na laban po natin, this is gonna be for the Philippine Boxing Federation Flyweight Championship. We are scheduled for 10. Albert Francisco kontra Mark Antonio. Naku, magandang sagupaan po ito as we take a look at the tail of the tape. Kaliwete po si Albert Francisco. Ang record po niya 9 wins with 6 knockouts and 1 loss. At si Mark Andrew Antonio po is right-handed with a record of 8 wins, 8 by knockout and 1 loss. Magandang sagupaan po ito. Magandang bakbakan. And you take a look at the other advantages. Yung reach, 4-inch reach advantage ni Francisco over Antonio. At for sure, gagamitin po niya yung advantage. Ito na po si ring announcer Bobby Mandehar.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the fighter coming into the ring, Mark Andrew Antonio. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the fighter coming into the ring, Albert Sting Francisco. Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Pacquiao presents Blow by Blow here at City of Pasig Arena. Ilawod, Pasig City, Iloilo. In partnership with San Miguel Beer, in coordination with City Mayor Attorney Stephen Palmares, CPA, Mr. Lorenzo C. of Chelsea Promotions, and the City Government of Pasig. All professional bouts are sanctioned by the Games and Amusements Board. GAB Chairman, Attorney Richard S. Clarin, Commissioner Sherwin B. Bugarin, the Chief of Boxing and Other Contact Sports, Miss Jackie Lou Cacho Ornido. GAB Supervisor, Donna May Martir. Ringside Physicians, Dr. Ana Maria Laarni Pornan, Dr. Sherry Ann Pedrigosa. Timekeepers, Kim Dangan, Roel Mendoza. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is for the Philippine Boxing Federation Flyweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the fighter fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 111 pounds. He has a record of 8 wins, 1 loss. 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Braveheart Boxing Stable, North Cotabato. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Andrew Antonio. Right across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 111.5 pounds. He has a record of 10 wins, no loss. 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Johnny Ilorde Boxing Stable, Parañaque City. Ladies and gentlemen, Albert Sting Francisco. Our judges at ringside, Gerol Tomeldan, Roma Embodo, Altrixia Lorente, our third man in the ring, referee Oliver Garcia. This will be 10 rounds of professional boxing.
Okay, boxer, center. Okay, so 10 rounds ng laban nito ha. Ingat lang tayo sa ulo. Walang susuntok sa batok. No hitting below the belt. Okay, pasag glove.
PBF Flyweight Championship on the line in this one. The Philippine Boxing Federation. At si Albert Francisco, galing siya sa magandang panalo. First round knockout win last October. At si Mark Antonio naman po, his last fight was a knockout over Jerry Boy Boca in Malang in the 3rd round. So pareho po sila coming off knockout wins. Gonna be a good one. Mark Antonio po nag-pro noong 2017. Subalit hindi po siya lumaban noong 2018, 2020, 2021, and 2022. Pero nakabalik na siya. Now he's serious in pursuing his boxing career. Mark Antonio is on track to win the PBF Flyweight Championship. Si Albert Francisco naman, maganda rin ang kanyang record. He comes from the Johnny Alorda Boxing Stable. Turned pro in 2018. Hindi po siya lumaban in 2020, 2021 noon. Bagsak na kaagad! A first round knockdown has been scored. Francisco down. Mark Antonio
7, 8,
scoring that big knockdown right in the first round of this contest. And now Antonio is coming in for the kill. Bumagsak na po si Francisco. He's throwing everything he's got, Mark Antonio. Francisco is holding on. There's a lot of boxing time left. 1:37 to go. Bumagsak na po si Francisco. Antonio must be careful to not punch himself out. Maubusan siya ng stamina rito sa kakasuntok. But he did put Francisco down, and here he comes again. What action explosiveness right in the first round. Ah, sandali, ano yun? Knockdown ba yun?
Neutral.
No, that was a takedown. And so, hindi natin alam. Narinig natin, wala yun, ref. Napilangan ba o hindi? Mukhang napilangan. Napilangan. Both fighters have gone down in this first round. A brutal first round. Both fighters napilangan po. Francisco going down. Antonio going down. Nako. If this is the kind of action we're seeing in the first round, ano pa kaya? If this goes the distance, scheduled for 10 rounds po tayo. Mark Antonio. He's the guy with a yellow waistband. Ngayon naman, umaatake si Francisco. It's going both ways. Francisco with a huge comeback to end that round in a big way. Pareho po silang nabilangan, and you see the smiles on the faces of Pasig Mayor
May kawit.
Attorney Stephen Palmares. Ganun din po si former North Cotabato Governor, former Secretary of Agriculture Manny Pacquiao, and Mr. Lorenzo C. Dennis Laurente is the trainer of Albert Francisco. Dennis Laurente, the former Oriental lightweight champion. Punch of the round. Panuurin po natin. Yun. Narak. Solid punches. Francisco going down from an assortment of punches there. Almost going down, and then more blows finally going down. And Mark Antonio scoring the first knockdown of the first round. Pero binalikan siya ni Francisco, and Antonio was nabilangan din before the end of round number 1. What a pendulum fight this is turning out to be. Round number 2 na po tayo. Ang boses naririnig po natin sa background, boses ng ating kaibigan, Coach Nonoy Neri. Nasa corner ni Mark Antonio. Ito. Bumanat po si Francisco, and Mark Antonio almost going down. And Antonio, he may be on the way out. And the crowd is roaring as there's so much action in the ring. Francisco now giving it all he has. He went down in the first round, but so did Antonio. Grabe ang banatan dito. Bugbugan. Bakbakan. And only on Manny Pacquiao presents Blow by Blow in partnership with San Miguel Beer. Dito po natin makikita itong klaseng bugbugan. And we all hope that you're enjoying the action. Now both fighters are settling down, but not Francisco. Akala ko a ceasefire has happened, pero hindi. Si Francisco continuing to be on a rampage against Mark Antonio. Antonio, however, is holding strong. Matitibay itong dalawa. Although bumagsak sila sa first round, but here, they're staying strong, staying on their feet. They've both taken a lot of punishment in this round.
Stop. Ready.
Pero wala nang pagsakan dito. Francisco is the southpaw. Mark Antonio fighting out of the orthodox stance.
Stop.
There had been solid shots connected. Francisco with the combination, throwing the right jab and then the left straight. There he goes again with the combination. That time missing with the left straight. Oh, big shot, right hand coming from Marc Antonio. Tinamaan niya doon si Francisco. Oh, another exciting round. Nonoy Neri now giving instructions to Marc Antonio. He scored the first knockdown, but before the end of the first round, shut in, bumagsak at nabilangan. Now Nonoy Neri just giving sound advice to his ward Marc Antonio. Sa kabila naman si Albert Francisco, and see some of the action here in round number 2. Punch of the round, mapapanood na natin. Brought to you by San Miguel Beer. That's Marc Antonio now coming out of his corner. Albert Francisco. Oops, man down, but not a knockdown. That was a slip. A slick portion on the canvas, but it has been Francisco on a rampage. Big shots again landed by both fighters. Marc Antonio throwing that left jab. Big right hand scored by Antonio. Francisco leading off with the left. Marc Antonio, every time he throws a big shot, he says something, he yells as he throws a punch to give more impact to his blows. Right hand scored by Francisco. In the left. Pareho sila nagkakasakitan. Yon, palagi sumisigaw si Marc Antonio pag nagbibitaw ng suntok eh. Baka feeling niya nakakabigay ng mas maraming lakas sa kanyang makasuntok, sa kanyang pagsisigaw. Grabe itong laban. It's a good one, and it's for the PPF Flyweight Championship. Right hand scored there by Marc Antonio. And the left, scored by Francisco in retaliation. Wala, bigayan ito eh.
Stop. Bring up. Okay. Ulo.
Combination scored here by Francisco. Haymaker thrown by Marc Antonio from way outside. But paisa-isa na lang mga suntok ni Marc Antonio. He's not throwing combinations. Unlike Francisco, when he throws, he's throwing in bunches. Ito, again, a series of 1, 2, 3. Combination coming from Francisco. Pero ang lalakas ng suntok ni Marc Antonio.
10 seconds.
Even if he's just throwing one shot at a time, you know that every punch is loaded. End of round number 3. Fireworks inside the ring. Kanina nakita natin si Nonoy Neri, the trainer of Marc Antonio. Ngayon naman po, si former Oriental lightweight champion Dennis Laurente along with Mig Elorde taking care of Albert Francisco. Si Mig Elorde po once fought for the World Championship. Some shots there scored by Francisco. Punch of the round brought to you by San Miguel Beer. Si Miguel Elorde po is the son of Johnny Elorde and Liza Elorde.
Seconds out.
And Albert Francisco belongs to the Johnny Elorde stable. Yan naman po si Nonoy Neri,
Mouthpiece.
well-known trader, long-time coach ni Manny Pacquiao along with Buboy Fernandez. Now round number 4 underway. It's been a back and forth affair. Albert Francisco, Mark Antonio. Antonio with a telling blows, but he's throwing one punch at a time. Francisco with the combinations. Right hand coming from Antonio. Antonio's got to use that left jab. Now Francisco moving in. Mapapansin natin dito, both fighters, walang takot. These guys are giving it all they have. They're giving, they're taking. Unintimidated. And a battle between a southpaw and an orthodox fighter. That's always a classic encounter. Low blow, but here comes Francisco. Moving in once more. Clubbing blows. And a takedown.
Neutral.
That is not a knockdown.
4. 5.
Oh, is it a it is a knockdown. Nabilagan po si Mark Antonio.
8. Labit.
I thought it might have been a takedown, the back of the neck. But a knockdown has been scored. Antonio going down for the second time. Francisco has gone down once. Malaking bagay yan, huh? You score a knockdown, it's almost an automatic 10-8 round. Not unless a fighter who's knocked down is able to come up and make a fight of it before the end of the round, then it could be a 10-9. But more often than not, it would be a 10-8. But in the first round, both these fighters went down. That's difficult to score. You don't score even rounds. Francisco again with a combination. And he's putting Mark Antonio on the defensive because hindi nakakaporma si Antonio kung tinatamaan siya ng kombinasyon ni Francisco.
Stop. Batok ka. Okay, ready?
Antonio is busy covering up while Francisco's charging in with combinations. Now this round is coming to a close. Nice left straight coming from Francisco. That knocked the head back of Antonio. Big round there for Albert Francisco, no doubt. Coach Nonoy Neri complaining to the referee that shouldn't have been a knockdown. City Mayor Palmares is with us. Former North Cotabato Governor Manny Piñol, Mr. Lorenzo C. all enjoying the action.
Second shot.
Go straight to round number 5. And that left jab of Albert Francisco is working like a charm. Now going with his right jab. Left straight pala yung pinapakawalan ni Albert Francisco. Now he digs right to the side of the body ni Mark Antonio. Left hand connected by Francisco. Inflicting a lot of damage now with his combinations. Hindi mo malaman kay Francisco kung tatama yung kaliwa o kanan. And if you're Mark Antonio, you just have to soldier on. A clean shot scored by Francisco. Now Francisco's on the attack. Antonio's been down twice. The crowd is roaring. He's down. And they'll call another knockdown. That's another knockdown.
6, 7, 8. Labit.
Antonio's now gone down 3 times in this fight.
Okay, ready?
Once in the first round. Another in the 4th. Now in the 5th. Albert Francisco. Right hand scored there by Francisco as Antonio was backing off. Now you ask, does Francisco have the weapons? Does he have the tools to finish off Antonio? He sent him down to the canvas 3 times, but he hasn't been able to keep him down for good. Big miss there by Mark Antonio. Again, the combination coming from Albert Francisco. Big shots being scored here by Francisco. Another one by Francisco. Mark Antonio taking a lot of punishment in this round.
Ready, huwag ka tatalikod. Ready na, ready. Box.
Antonio coming in, trying to force the action, trying to put some pressure on Francisco.
Olo, watch your head out.
Bumagsak si Antonio kanina in this same round, but he's in there still slugging it out with Albert Francisco. And this guy's got guts.
10 seconds.
Albert Francisco now with a big edge in the scorecards after scoring 3 knockdowns in 3 different rounds.
Kaya po, okay yun. Counter
Mark
strike yun.
Antonio, first time natin napapanood sa Blow by Blow. Ito po ang ating Punch of the Round. Brought to you by San Miguel Beer. Panoorin po natin a nice left hand. A left straight coming from Yun. Coming from Francisco. Sapul na sapul yun. And then another left straight. Aba, kumusta kayo? Ma'am Len Tomas, Ma'am Marife Barrera from MP Promotions.
Back.
Round number 6 now underway. It's been a heck of a fight sa ating main event on Blow by Blow. And with Blow by Blow, maaasahan po ninyo na baka makadalaw ang Blow by Blow sa inyo. We've been to Bakbakan, Ilocos Sur. We've been to General Santos City twice. Now, in Pasig, Iloilo. We've been to Mandaluyong. We've been to Quezon City. We've been to Imos, Cavite. And Blow by Blow.
Okay, ready?
We'll go around the country to bring you live boxing action. At papanood po natin some of the most promising, some of the most outstanding and up-and-coming boxers. At nagpapasalamat po tayo sa ating minamahal na Senador Manny Pacquiao, weight division world champion, because he is laying out the platform for these outstanding and promising fighters to display their wares, giving them the opportunity, opening the window and opening the door for these fighters to become world champions themselves in the future. And right now, it's Francisco contra Antonio for the PBF Flyweight Championship. It's been some kind of a fight. Albert Francisco hammering away at Mark Antonio. Very little response coming from Mark Antonio at this stage. Ang taas pa ng energy level ni Albert Francisco. Mark Antonio parang nauubusan na ng hangin, nawawala na sa timing. We did mention that nawawala na yung kombinasyon ni Mark Antonio. Paisa-isa na lang mga suntok niya. And that's probably because he's slowly tuckering out. Round number 6. Parang yung mga suntok ni Antonio, slow motion na rito. Maigi nang nababantayan ni Albert Francisco. So nang magagaling yung mga suntok ni Antonio. Again, rocking the head back of Mark Antonio. those sharp punches coming from Albert Francisco. He's spot shooting at this point. He's tearing Mark Antonio apart bit by bit. That's the end of the round. And another big round for Albert Francisco as he's running away with this fight. Coach Nonoy Neri imploring his fighter to put up a tougher stand. Yan naman po si Albert Francisco looking very confident. Miguel Orde is right there to take care of his fighter. Ito po ang ating punch of the round brought to you by San Miguel Beer. Yun. Right hand connected there by Albert Francisco. Punch of the round brought to you by San Miguel Beer. Tuloy-tuloy po ang action natin sa blow by blow. We're now in round number 7, scheduled for 10. Tatlong beses na po bumagsak si Mark Antonio, isang beses po bumagsak si Albert Francisco. Both fighters are actually going down in round number 1. And then Antonio going down in rounds 4 and 5. Action slowing down a bit here in round number 7. Mark Antonio throwing jump sacks to the body of Albert Francisco. Albert Francisco continuing to throw that right jab, and now the left straight. Looks like a coasting round here for Albert Francisco. Hindi siya masyadong sumusuntok dito. But that time again, connecting with the left. Very precise punching ang ginagawa dito ni Albert Francisco. Now he's continuing to pour it on. Nakatama doon si Mark Antonio. But it's Albert Francisco again. Throwing big shot after big shot.
Okay lang. Okay.
Natigil ni referee Oliver Garcia. I think there might have been a head clash. But may momentum doon si Albert Francisco. I thought Mark Antonio was about to go down again. Mahihina na yung mga suntok ni Antonio. Again, a picture-perfect left hand coming from Albert Francisco, rocking the head back of Antonio. Those are clear shots. And again, those shots, those combinations, and Francisco pouring it on. Referee Oliver Garcia keeping a close watch. Might be considering stopping this fight.
Stop.
As Mark Antonio's received a lot of punishment from the precision punching ni Albert Francisco. And now he's rubbery leg. Mark Antonio's forced to hold on. Another big round for Albert Francisco. 3 more rounds in the offing. And Mark Antonio now slowly slumping on his stool. At dyan po si Albert Francisco doing a great job. After going down in the first round from a series of blows by Mark Antonio, he's controlling the action with combinations, that's for sure. Ito, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 unanswered shots coming from Albert Francisco without reply from Mark Antonio. Those are punches of the round brought to you by San Miguel Beer. That was the instance nung napag-isip-isipan ni coach or rather referee Oliver Garcia na baka itigil na niya yung laban. When you have 7 unanswered blows landing, you really are going to think twice whether or not to stop the contest. But action continues. We're now in round number 8. Antonio has gone down 3 times. Francisco once. Francisco has been in control of this fight starting the second round. Ang tutulis ng yung right jab ni Francisco, but what's doing a lot of damage is that left straight. That's been a very potent weapon para kay Francisco. Right cross landed there by Francisco.
Stop.
And umakap si Mark Antonio. Mark Antonio now looking to move in. He needs to be aggressive.
Stop.
The way this fight is coming along,
Bring up.
we're now in the 8th round. Tatlong beses na bumagsak si Antonio. He needs a knockout. He badly needs a knockout if he wants to win the PBF Flyweight Championship.
Stop.
Left hand again connected by Francisco, and more precise shots connected by Albert Francisco. Ang taas ng connection rate ni Francisco. You're usually happy with a 30% connection rate, but I think Francisco is going 40% in this fight. Again, that beautiful connection with the left hand. Yung left straight. Suki-suki ni Francisco si Mark Antonio dun sa kanyang left straight.
Stop.
Seconds to go here before the end of the round. Again, tumama na naman. This time, a right hand by Francisco. But tumatalsik yung ulo ni Antonio tuwing natatamaan siya ni Francisco. Another left straight. Sabi nga natin, suki-suki
10 seconds.
si Antonio. And the round is coming to a close, and that's it for round number 8. 2 more rounds to go. It's been a walk in the park for Albert Francisco starting the second round. In that first round, both fighters going down, but then Francisco took control in the second, and it's been all Francisco so far. Penultimate round coming up, round number 9. This is for the PPF Flyweight Championship, and we are in the city of Pasig, Iloilo. Mark Antonio. Punch of the round brought to you by San Miguel Beer. Panoorin po natin. Right hand scored by Francisco. Watch it again. Yun, right cross. That's a punch of the round. Brought to you by San Miguel Beer. Round number 9 coming up.
Seconds out. Okay.
Antonio has received a lot of punishment from Albert Francisco. Ang tawag kay Mark Antonio, mighty Mark. But again, if you take a look at his record, he is slowly on the comeback trail dahil hindi nga siya lumaban noong 2018, 2020, 2021, and 2022. But only last year he started to come back, started to fight with a little more consistency. And it's nice to see Mark Antonio back on track. Sandali. Is that a knockdown?
Okay, ready?
Hindi. No knockdown scored.
Stop.
Mark Antonio staying on his feet. Albert Francisco has been in control of this fight most of the way. Antonio now throwing some punches, but then the combinations again scored by Albert Francisco. One punch at a time na lang ang ginagawa dito ni Mark Antonio, but he's been an easy target for Albert Francisco. Sandali, that was a slip. And even on the slip, you notice that Mark Antonio could not follow up. He's tired. He's lost his rhythm and timing.
Okay, ready?
He's fighting by instinct. He's been an easy target para kay Albert Francisco. Ang baba na ng dalawang kamay ni Mark Antonio.
Stop.
And that makes him an even easier target
Okay, ready?
para kay Albert Francisco. And again, an easy shot, easy connection by Albert Francisco.
Ten seconds. Stops. Okay, ready?
This round now coming to an end. And one more round coming up after this. And Francisco and Antonio exchange smiles. Sport lang. And Francisco looking very confident. He's got this championship wrapped up.
Last na, last.
Mark Antonio
Final round daw,
still
final round.
standing up.
Final round.
And I'm sure Dennis Laurente at saka si Miguel Orda telling their ward, don't be overconfident. Ito makikita po natin yung mga picture perfect shots ni Francisco, and that time, no? A slip. Precision punch ang pinapakita dito ni Albert Francisco as he's going for the PBF Flyweight Championship. One more round to go and this fight will be over. The question is, will Francisco be able to finish off Mark Antonio before the end of the 10th round? He's spot shooting at this stage. Again, tamang-tama, oh. Right, left. The head of Antonio snapping back. Again, another shot. Again. Sabi nga natin, ang taas ng connection rate ni Francisco. Baka umaabot na dito sa 50%. Antonio's got to go for a knockout. There's no other option if he wants to win this fight. Wala na siyang ibang pupuntahan. It's got to be a knockout or nothing. If not, talo siya dito. But he's just coming in with one punch at a time, while Francisco is staying disciplined with his combinations. Yun na naman yung left straight. And a nice movement by Francisco to move away from harm's way. Inukutan ni Francisco si Mark Antonio that time. Pasok na pasok yung left straight, oh. Pasok na. Tatlong sunod yun. Left straight coming from Albert Francisco.
Stop.
Hindi mo talaga mabasa kung ano yung lead punch ni Francisco because he can go with his right jab or he can go with his left straight. It depends on what the defense gives him. Oh, left hand. Galing kay Francisco. And again, rocking the head back of Mark Antonio. Another left hand rocking his head back. Sabi nga natin, suki-suki si Antonio rito. Another left hand. And could we be going for a knockout? Another left hand.
Stop. Bring up.
Baka nga 50% ang connection rate dito ni Albert Francisco, and that's extremely high in any boxing match.
Stop. Bring up.
Very impressive performance by Albert Francisco. And this boy is gonna go a long way
10 seconds.
in his professional career. And for Mark Antonio, back to the drawing boards. There's no doubt he packs a lot of power. He has scored 8 knockouts in 8 wins. But this is a sure victory for Albert Francisco. Coach Norman Neri, meron siyang kinocomplain doon kay referee Oliver Garcia. Former Oriental champion Dennis Laurente, the trainer ni Albert Francisco. Lahat sila nakangiti. Alam nila, nanalo si Albert Francisco. We're gonna be awaiting the decision
and
of the judges.
blow-by-blow operation head, Miss Len Thomas, a matchmaker, Art Moniz, and our GAB supervisor, Donna May Martir, and of course, our mayor attorney, Stephen Palmares, CPA.
And our VIPs are being
award
called
this
on top of the
championship
ring
belt
to
the
award the
winner.
championship belt to our winner. No doubt it will be Albert Francisco. Ma'am Len Tomas is now entering the ring of MP Promotions. Ma'am Marife Parera, also of MP Promotions. Our good mayor of the city of Pasig, Attorney Stephen Palmares, is also inside the ring. Mark Antonio went down 3 times in this fight. Albert Francisco went down once. Momentarily, malalaman na po natin kung sinong nanalo ng belt. Let's turn you over now to ring announcer Bobby Mondejar.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we have a winner. Here are the scores of the 3 judges. Judge Tomel Dunn scored it 99-89. Judge Ortega scored it 99-89. Judge Lorente scored it 97-91. Winner by unanimous decision, and the Philippine Boxing Federation flyweight champion, ladies and gentlemen, Albert Francisco.
And that makes it official. Si Albert Francisco po is the new Philippine Boxing Federation flyweight champion. And for the record, we want to update yung pong official record ni Albert Francisco going to BoxRec. At ang official record po ni Albert Francisco now is 11-0 with 7 knockouts. Yan po ang record na nakita natin sa internet. Officially from BoxRec, undefeated po si Albert Francisco, 11-0 with 7 knockouts. Big congratulations to the new Philippine Boxing Federation Flyweight Champion Albert Francisco. A masterful performance, precision punching. Sabi nga natin, halos 50% ang shooting percentage ni Albert Francisco. Ito po ang mga highlights ng laban. Nakatatapos lang. Albert Francisco kontra Mark Antonio. Now in the first round, pareho po silang bumagsak. That was a big punch connected. Yun. Series of blows. Bumagsak po doon si Albert Francisco. Pero pinabagsak din ni Francisco si Antonio before that round ended. Round number 3. Now the tables slowly turning and going the way of Albert Francisco. Ito, ang gaganda ng mga patama ni Francisco, no? And sa round number 5, dito po bumagsak si bumagsak si Mark Antonio. Actually, that was a shot to the body and then a shot to the head. And round number 6, patuloy ang precision punching ni Albert Francisco. Mark Antonio slowly losing steam. Round number 7. Look at the shots. Left hands, right hands. Round number 8. Left hand. And then another left hand, rocking the head back of Mark Antonio. Round number 9. It was more Albert Francisco taking pot shots, and finally, the end of the fight. Albert Francisco has been declared the new Philippine Boxing Federation Flyweight Champion.